In the before video, we learned about domestic income. Net domestic product at factor cost is equal to compensation of employees plus operating surplus plus mixed income. In this video, we will learn about national income. Before domestic income, now national income. How we have to calculate national income. In this paragraph, production is the outcome of combined efforts of four inputs. What are the four inputs? Land, labor, capital and organization, that is factors of production. Here land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. So இது வந்து ஷார்ட்டாக நம்ம சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா ப்ரொடக்ஷன் நடக்கும், அதுக்கப்புறம் அங்கே ஒர்க் பண்ணுறவங்களுக்கு இன்கம் கொடுப்பாங்க, அந்த இன்கம் அப்படியே செலவு பண்ணுவாங்க. இவங்க செலவு பண்ணும்போது திரும்ப அந்த காசு ப்ரொடக்ஷன் யூனிட்டுக்கு போகும். ஸோ தேர் வில் பி அ சர்க்குலர் ஃப்ளோ ஆஃப் நேஷ்னல் இன்கம். There will be a circular flow of national income, that is under production phase, income phase and expenditure phase. This was given in this paragraph. So factors of production are paid for their services out of the value of output. Therefore, income is generated in the production process. Income is first generated in the production process and then distributed among the factor inputs, that is land, labor, capital and organization, for their productive services. Income gives rise to expenditure. Income gives rise to expenditure on goods and services to satisfy wants. So expenditure leads to further production. Again, expenditure will lead to further production process. There are three phases in circular flow of national income, that is production phase, income phase and expenditure phase. So according to national income can be defined in three different ways. So we can calculate national income in three ways, that is product method, income method and expenditure method. Product method, income method and expenditure method. Through these three methods, if we calculate the national income, we will get the same answer only. So here these three methods are used to calculate national income. Accordingly, national income can be defined in three different ways. Flow of goods and services, that is production method. Flow of income is distributed, that is income method. Flow of expenditure, which is the disposition, that is expenditure method. So national income, already we know the formula to calculate national income is equal to domestic income plus net factor income from abroad. Is it clear? So the next, this national income is defined in three ways. Under the point of production, national income is the sum of monetary value of flow of all the final goods and services produced by normal residents. So, is the sum of monetary value of flow of all final goods and services. The final goods and services are added, the monetary value of final goods and services are added, which was produced by the normal residents, that is under production point of view. Next, from income point of view, which was defined by Central Statistical Organization, national income is the sum of factor incomes earned by normal residents of a country. So factor incomes means land, labor, capital and organization. For that, the income produced is rent, wages, interest and profit. So under the income point of view, factor income is calculated. Under the expenditure, national product is the net output of commodities and services flowing during the year from the country's productive system into the hands of ultimate consumers. So this output of commodities move from the productive system into the hands of ultimate consumers. So when it reaches the consumers, it will add the country's capital goods. It will increase the country's capital goods, that is the income from that income is generated and it will goes to the production process like that. The next, it is the sum of what is a national income. It is the sum of total domestic income and net factor income from abroad. So national income is the sum of total of domestic income and net factor income from abroad. National income is equal to domestic income plus net factor income from abroad. Net factor income from abroad. It is the difference between factor incomes earned by normal residents of a country from rest of the world and factor incomes earned by non-residents in the domestic territory of the country. Difference between the normal residents earned by normal residents of the country from rest of the world means from outside the country also. From outside the country our residents are living. From that we have to subtract factor incomes earned by non-residents in the domestic territory, those who live in our country. நம்ம நாட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடியவங்க வெளிநாட்டுக்காரவங்க அவங்க வாங்கக்கூடியதை நம்ம subtract பண்ணுவோம். So it may be positive or negative. That is, if receipts are more than payments. Receipts means which has to come from other countries. வெளியே இருந்து வரக்கூடியது நமக்கு அதிகமாக இருக்குது பேமெண்ட்டை விட அப்படின்னா NFIA will be positive. And if the receipts are less than payments, receipts வந்து பேமெண்ட்டை விட கம்மியாக இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது NFIA will be negative. So here NFIA, how the points, what are added under NFIA? Net compensation of employees plus net income from property and entrepreneurship plus net retained earnings of resident companies abroad. These three. What is net compensation of employees? It is a difference between compensation of employees earned by normal residents of India from abroad and compensation of employees earned by non-residents in India. Next, net income from property and entrepreneurship, that is operating surplus, net operating surplus. It is the difference between rent, interest, profit and royalty earned by normal residents of India from abroad and similar payments made to non-residents. Difference between the profits. The next, net retained earnings of resident companies abroad. It is the difference between undistributed profits, other profits of resident companies abroad and foreign companies in India. We have to subtract the income from abroad and to abroad. You should know the difference between net factor income from abroad and net export. So net factor income from abroad நம்ம நல்ல கிளியராக இப்போ தான் படித்தோம் இல்லையா? அதில் வந்து நெட் காம்பன்சேஷன் ஆஃப் எம்ப்ளாயீஸ், நெட் ஆப்ரேட்டிங் சர்ப்ளஸ் அண்ட் நெட் ரீடைன்ட் ஏர்னிங்ஸ் நம்ம ஆட் பண்ணுறது தான் நெட் ஃபேக்டர் இன்கம் ஃப்ரம் அப்ராட். So the difference between factor incomes earned by normal residents of the country from abroad and factor incomes earned by non-residents in the country. So this is here, it is the difference between value of export and import. இது வந்து export import difference பார்க்குறது அதுதான் net export and import. Okay, இது வந்து compensation of employees, operating surplus, retained earnings எல்லாத்தையுமே சேர்த்து பார்க்குறது NFIA. So this will be added in national income. Here net export will be in domestic income. Net export will be in domestic income. Okay, so export and imports of goods, exports and imports of services, these are the components of net export. Is it clear?